Hi guys, well this video is all about the fostering panel. So we've already talked about the approach to fostering, why you might want to foster. We've talked about the assessment process, and we've talked about the references and checks and the sort of basic front-loaded training. And now we're going to talk about what it feels like to go through fostering panel and what's involved. So by this stage, you will be getting really excited, and you would also be knowing your social worker really, really well and build up a relationship with that social worker. They would have asked you so many things, and they will know you so well, and you will be really ready to move forward to go to the panel, but you will also be extremely nervous. So I want to allay some of your fears around this. I think there's a few myths around fostering panel. I think for us, it's not so much that they're judging you as to whether you're suitable to be foster carers. It's more looking at whether everything has been thought through fully, and actually the pressure is probably more on the social worker to have made sure that every area that should have been covered has been covered. It is a little bit daunting in the sense that you're going to go into a room and there's probably going to be a room full of people. I can't remember how many there were, but I would say there were at least 10. And there's different representatives from different things. So you have somebody there from health, somebody there from education, you have the chair, and so it goes on. And in our experience, most of them had questions to ask us. So the questions were, they were interesting questions and they were useful questions. And what I found was quite also useful was I was there with my husband. So actually, if there's going to be two of you, maybe think about who is going to be answering what questions, so that one of you isn't doing all the talking. There were a couple of like push the button questions really. One of them for us was that we were running daycare, so they wanted to know how we were going to cope doing that and fostering, and that question was a very valid question. We had things in place so that one of us was mainly going to be at home, so that's how we were overcoming that. And the lady from education asked us how we would feel if the children that we had were not achieving very well at school, because our children are all quite high achievers, so we kind of had to kind of face that question as well. And there were a few others sort of thrown in, but I think the overwhelming feeling really of being at panel was one of pride that you got that far, and excitement that you are now thinking about the fact that you might actually be getting some children. And in your assessment document, when you go to panel, there's some information about potentially what type of foster placements you might be looking to have. So on your assessment form, it will say what your approval is going to be for. And obviously part of the panel process is to ratify that approval. Now for us, I think we either went for 0 to 8s or something around there to start with. That approval did actually change over time. But there's some serious thinking to be had about what ages of child you would like to have and what types of fostering you would like to get involved with. And I'm going to explain that to you in another video, because that's the exciting bit, talking about the children. So that'll be for another video. But if you feel that you're enjoying my videos, and maybe you'd like to think about subscribing to my channel, where I discuss more about fostering, adoption, children in general, family life, doulaing, all of those things. Now I look forward to speaking to you again. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.